Welcome everybody to my story of Strategic Adventures Resurgence 2023 at PRZ. My original plan was to push the south tree line and end up in this spot right here. And about 2 hours later, I made it. From here I was taking pictures of enemy targets and just kind of hanging out and watching the enemies do patrols. Though this is when something unexpected happened. I knew playing Airsoft that I'd have guns pointed at me, but I didn't expect this kind of gun to be pointed at me. I did in fact confirm with this player that he had come over here to relieve himself, right next to me. At this event, a bunch of players had dressed up as cowboys, and he was one of them. And in hindsight, I really wish I said, "Watch where you're pointing that thing, Tex." Oh well, maybe next time. See this guy right here? This is my buddy Tristan. Tristan's on the other team, and I love Tristan, because he plays by the rules. It took me 2 hours to get to this spot. I had to cross an open road, and when I shot him from behind, he thought it was a ricochet, and he still called it. So play like Tristan. What you shouldn't do is play like this guy. He doesn't have a kill rag, his hands aren't up, and he thinks he got shot by his own team. He doesn't think this should count. And he decides to raise his gun again and start playing. So now I have to shoot him again and then watch what happens.
Why are you guys shooting me? We're not shooting. I ain't shooting you.
As funny as this might look, it's also very frustrating. As I mentioned, it took me 2 hours to get to this spot. I had to cross an open road to get into this perfect hide. Two things happened here. One, friendly fire counts, and it always counts. There's no such thing as friendly fire. The second thing is that dead men do not talk. This means that if you're shot by somebody, you don't turn around and say, "Why are you shooting me?" Because it wasn't a teammate shooting you. It was me. But now you've let your teammates know that you've been shot in the back, and when they're saying, "Well, it wasn't us," the jig is up. I have to relocate, and that's what ended up getting me killed. I wish I could say this was an isolated incident, but it's definitely not. This has happened at multiple events for me. This kind of stuff is an honest mistake, and I get it, but at the same time, this is what encourages bad behavior in Airsoft. I also want to make it clear that this is in no way Strategic Adventures' fault. They put on a great game. I had a blast. This has to do with player etiquette. Game control staff can't be everywhere at all times, so it really comes down to players policing themselves and not each other. And also just playing honestly with integrity. Call your hits, and that's all. Happy pew pew.